I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. I'll have to. The math ain't mathing. Hearing that my entire career, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production, and when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face. And I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it and just keep like, enough is enough.
As all this mess was going down, 50 Cent inserted himself into the drama. 50 reposted a screenshot of an article to his IG and announced that he was ready to work with Taraji. He said in the caption, "They dropped the ball. F 'em. Taraji, I'm ready to work. Let's get it." But this isn't the first time 50 Cent has called out Oprah and put her on blast for mistreating entertainers. In fact, this was the exact reason why they started beefing in the first place. See, during 50's rise to stardom, he wanted to solidify himself as a successful rapper by making an appearance on Oprah. Not only would the appearance have helped him transform his image from an ex-drug dealer from Jamaica, Queens to a successful rapper, but it also would have proved to his grandmother, who was a huge Oprah fan, that he was doing something productive with his life. But when the idea was pitched to Oprah, she made it very clear she was not interested in what 50 Cent had to offer. 50 then accused Oprah of being against hip-hop, specifically the kind of music he made, and even compared her to an Oreo, black on the outside, white on the inside. He said, "I think she caters to older white women. She was completely against everything that was in my music, so she ain't never gonna have me on that show. I'm never gonna reach that platform, which is confirmation of you being a huge success. So I just said, okay, if we can't be friends, then let's at least be enemies." 50 then took his pettiness to a whole new level when he named his dog after Oprah and his cat after Oprah's bestie, Gayle King.
Okay. Named after the Oprah, and your cat's name is?
And Gayle.
Okay, Gayle.
Around this time, Oprah was also called out by Ludacris, who accused her of throwing him under the bus when he appeared on her show to promote his new movie Crash alongside the other castmates. But during the interview, Oprah was less concerned about asking him questions surrounding the role in the movie and kept pressing him about using the N-word in his music. Ludacris was not feeling this, and he called her out in a radio interview.
I'm trying to figure out what was it.
It was a lot of it was certain comments that she had made about, I was there for Crash for the movie.
Yeah.
And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course I was up there with the whole cast of Crash. And so I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. You didn't agree with my music. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my music.
Right.
As if that wasn't messy enough, she went on to edit out certain parts of Ludacris's response to her questions to make him look like an idiot.
So it was a lot of comments that actually basically she was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal, and when I saw the final show, her comments were in there.
Right, was in there, but yours wasn't in there.
And mine weren't in there, so it just looked like I kind of took it.
And then there was Dave Chappelle, who appeared on the Oprah show after rejecting a $50 million deal with Comedy Central and jetting off to Africa for his own safety. Dave revealed that there were some shady things that came with the deal, and he wasn't comfortable with it, so he turned it down. But while he was saying all of this, Oprah kept interrupting him and forcing him to admit to having some form of mental illness.
You're saying that you had become increasingly paranoid. Would you say you were paranoid?
Sure. First of all, what is a black man without his paranoia intact? You might win $100 in a poker game and be on the subway. You're gonna look over your shoulder. They just said in everything I had $50 million. That's like making me a marked man.
So did you go to a psychiatric hospital?
In South Africa?
Yeah.
Who?
At some point in the interview, he talked about how some Hollywood executives tried to force him to take antipsychotics, but Oprah completely ignored this and told Dave he was just stressed out and paranoid.
Kind of convinced me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid, like,
But you were stressed out. That's
there's
why.
no question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say, you're insane.
So as y'all can see, Oprah has a very long track record of embarrassing and stealing from black actors. And 50 Cent is fed up with watching it happen. Taraji ain't the only black actress 50 Cent has had to stand up for against Oprah. He also supported Monique when she came out to reveal that Tyler and Oprah had blackballed her after she exposed them for underpaying her. According to Monique, she was only paid $50,000 for Precious, which was barely enough. Tyler and Oprah then demanded she go on a press run to promote the movie with no plans of compensating her further. Monique obviously said no, and that pissed off Oprah and Tyler even more. They started a campaign to paint her out to be difficult to work with. Monique claims Tyler even went as far as trash talking her to the director David Tolbert, so she would end up losing gigs.
What is that connected to? That black man? So no, I was not blackballed. I was whiteballed. By some black who had no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Mr. Tyler Perry. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey. No, baby, I wasn't blackballed. I was by some who had no balls. And see, I know they like to say, Monique, you talk too much. It would kill me not to say the real shit. It would not to say the real shit. You are not paying me equally. You are not treating me fairly. So y'all can if I had money.
While Monique was exposing all of this, she received pushback from everybody in the industry except for 50 Cent. He was the only person who stood with her. He posted a picture of Monique on his IG and said, "All in favor of Monique being back on top, say make it happen, 50. Stop effing around." I went to see Monique's stand-up show during Super Bowl weekend. It was so good. She had me in a trance. You gotta go check her out. He later made another post demanding for Tyler and Oprah to apologize to Monique because he was about to bring her on top again. He said, "I'm sure Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry would not want to continue to allow their influence to damage Monique's career. This has gone on for way too long, so now would be a great time to apologize because I'm gonna put her back on. Green light gang, I don't miss." Now, 50 Cent might tell a joke, but he ain't gonna tell you a lie. He stood on business and gave Monique a role in season 2 of his hit show, BMF. I personally watched this season, and Monique ate her role up. Anyway, back to 50. He's never really been a fan of Oprah and her antics, and believes everything she does is to bash black actors and steal from them to expand her own empire. In fact, it's rumored that Oprah only paid Taraji $500K for her role in The Color Purple. Can y'all believe that? $500,000 is what she got after trying to negotiate with them and almost stepping out from the movie. Cause mind you, The Color Purple grossed over $18 million in its opening day alone. Oprah could have easily paid Taraji and the other actors what they're actually worth, but she would rather keep it all to herself and feed them crumbs. Now, as usual, people had a whole lot to say about this, and they wasted no time in dragging Oprah, like this person who said, "I absolutely agree with 50 Cent. This woman has been doing this for years. Dave, Ice Cube, 50, Ludacris, Michael Jackson. She even tried to get Michael Jordan to discuss his financial business on her show, yet she was not interested in discussing her own." Another person said, "Monique was proud and bold enough to speak and stand even till this day, but the silence of so many others is what makes things stay the same. Seems like they're making money off the backs of black actors and actresses because they know it's